Yo, what's up YouTube? It's OG, and today we are going to be covering the finals of last week's NA Open. So obviously yesterday, if you guys watched the video, I covered the semifinals against Nova. Really good games, but we managed to come up top 3-1, had some really close sets, and they definitely dominated us in that Brawl Ball set. I'm going to do the semifinals next week too, because they've been getting really competitive, and I feel like it's good gameplay to commentate on. And I do want to work on my commentary a little bit, but today we are going to be covering the finals against Stupid Man Carries, which is probably the best team name I've ever heard. So their team consists of Crying Man, Jack Chepo, and they played with ND, but I think it's also Dylan on the team. So all like really good players, and it's going to be some really close games too. So let's get into the video. Alright, so first off, we have the bounty set, and it's on Snake Prairie, which it has been every week. I kind of wish they changed it for the last week. But you can see we have a little difference in our comps. We have a Piper instead of Jean. I kind of was pushing Jean, but for some reason we didn't go it. Just because, look, it's so good at like checking the area, and I almost get caught out here. I go pretty aggro, but I just get out of the way. The bow shot, so Squashy overextended a little bit for that middle star. He got a little greedy, and they have a really good comp for like area denial, especially with the bow vision, bow mines, and just the Jeans so good at checking bushes. So it's definitely going to be tough for us to move up on them unless we get a kill, and you'll see Squashy gets taken out again. So we're actually down 5 stars right now, which is definitely not the start we were looking for. And I get taken out too. I was getting a little too aggressive, a little impatient. So 10-1, definitely not where we want to be right now. You can see Bobby just like walking on mines, just being Bobby, typical stuff. And then I'm like yelling out to Bobby, I'm like, yo, does he have like pull? And Bobby's like, no, he doesn't have it, you're fine, just like walk up. And then I get pulled. So definitely not our best game. This like was actually like very embarrassing for us in call. We were just like, oh, like this really just happened. So at this point we're like, there's like not very much hope, so we're just like, screw it, like go for kills. We can't like finish with 1 star. So you can see Bobby pushing up, he tries to auto aim. Jack gets taken out. 14-1, I hit ND, almost twice. But like I said, we kind of gave up at this game, so we're just being really aggro and playing dumb, just trying to make it so it's not 16-1. Bobby coming through though, so we don't look that trash. 6-19, definitely, like I said, not our best game by any means, and we do come back from it, but that was just a beating. That was brutal. We all played like such crap that game. Oh my gosh. So Jack picking up star player there. Alright, so the next game is on Layer Cake. Oh, sorry, like brain fart. But you can see this time we have pretty similar comps again, except they have Carl instead of Jean. I personally like our comp better than theirs. See, Squashy's getting wrecked though. He hasn't touched Jack once, and Jack's like literally got him 1 shot and just gets full control on him. Squashy does manage to get a hit on him, but he lost like so much control that Barley's going to do so much work and just push us back. So that enables them to get the first star because I have to lose mid control. And you can see Jack just literally is dominating Squashy like really hard. I get caught out too much. I don't want us to get cornered because, then we'll just lose again. But I do manage to get Crying Man. ND did also take out Squashy in that exchange up there. But Jack is just taking over his side, not giving Squashy any room to do anything at all. So me and Bobby got to make some plays happen because obviously it's not happening on the left side. So you can see Bobby does have his pull, which can definitely like change the tide of the game, especially if he gets that Piper. But ND's a smart player. He's not going to like overextend that much. Squashy goes down to Jack again. Jack's just been playing so good this game. Bobby goes over because someone needs to win that side. So Bobby helps Squashy out, and I get tapped in the mid. I was kind of expecting it. I wanted to bait it out. I just got like a little too close, so the edge of it actually catches me. And despite the rough start, it's a 1-point game right now. So I tap ND, and he supers away. Would have been nice if I could double tap him. I kind of screwed that up. But we kind of do have them push back here. So Jack's got to play a little aggro, so I want to catch him out if possible. Bobby used his pull. I don't think he's very close to it, so we were like, okay, like we got to make something happen here. And See, Squashy gets a really good ult here, and he does manage to take Jack out, and he's just staying alive in the corner. But on the other side of things, Crying Man takes out Bobby, so they do have a lead, and you know, I gotta go for the Piper at that point, but it's just not very much hope. So we do lose the bounty set 2-0. They definitely outplayed us there, especially the first game. The first game was really bad. Alright, so next up we do have Gem Grab. By the way, guys, the bans were BB and Rosa. So BB and Rosa have been banned for all the matches, but we do have Gem Grab, and you can see Crying Man has Carl on my side, which a lot of people would give the matchup to Carl, but it's pretty much whoever gets control of the side on this map, and that's why we had Squashy double up my lane, just to help me out a little bit, because Crying Man does have the matchup here. But you can see I'm doing a pretty good job on him. I think I'd prefer to be the Gene on Jack's side, just because look at that area denial. Like, Jack can't like regen or anything. Bobby's playing really good, not getting hit by the Nita shots, and Squashy does have mid control. So right now we just completely control the map. Bobby gets a good pull on ND. Caught him out playing a little too high there. You gotta be more careful about the Gene pull, and Bobby is just destroying his side with those Gene pulls. So you can see we got the penny turret set up. I'm like handling my lane like perfectly. Squashy's doing his thing in mid, so we definitely came to play in Gem Grab, not so much bounty, which is surprising because these players are like notorious in Gem Grab pretty much, and not like so much bounty. And you know, I like to think it's bounty as one of my better modes. But you can see we just did such a good job getting so much control of that game, and the penny turret is amazing right now, guys. Star power is just insane, and Spike's really good for holding down his side once he gets it, and same with Gene. So we definitely dominated that in that game, and you know, made up a little bit for the first set. Bobby picking up the star player. Alright, so next up we have Stone Fort, and the only thing in common we have this time is the bow. So we chose Rico and Gene just because Gene's really good at bush checking, and there's a lot of bushes. They stuck with Carl, Bo, and they added a Pam. So Pam is really strong on the lane here. Like, Squashy kind of just gets run through again. I kind of like the Rico, but I can understand if you're not hitting your shots, like the Pam can literally just run up and auto-aim you. So Bobby's having a tough time on his lane too, and my lanes are both losing. Like, I can't like stay high, otherwise I'll die too. So we got to take out Jack here. That way we can get one side back. So Bobby left him one shot. I managed to clean up a little bit, and you know, at this point we're like, okay, like I gotta like go on a lane because obviously it's not working out what we're doing right now. So Bo lane versus Carl, it's like iffy, but it's definitely doable. Squashy gets taken out again. That right lane is just like really hurting us right now. Bobby does have his pull though, so ND definitely needs to respect that. And you can just see that Pam's been such an issue for us. Squashy does manage to take Crying Man out, and ND gets some mines out. I don't really like the placement too much because it kind of hurts where Jack was hiding. So Jack's forced to be aggro, and Squashy does get another good kill on him. So now we're starting to finally get like some mid control, and just like map control and gem grab is so important, guys, especially on like maps like this and like the last one. So we're looking pretty good right now. But again, they do have 9 gems, so I managed to take out Crying Man. I get my mines out, they hit ND, but Jack gets a lucky gem spawn and just has to kind of like walk into the mid. But luckily for us, Bobby gets a really clutch pull. I get my mines down to kind of stop him from chasing back there. Squashy comes over, just cleans up Jack. Really nice play from Bobby there, and Squashy obviously with the cleanup. But I don't think we deserve to win this game. We just got like a lucky Gene pull, which, you know, if you're playing a Gene, it's kind of like backup plan if you get dominated all game. So, I mean, there is that, but Squashy picking up the star player somehow, I'm not sure. But I think we got like a little lucky on that one. Alright, so we are tied at 1 set each. So they got the bounty, obviously, we just got gem grab. Now it's on to heist. Now we're both like pretty good heist teams. I love Rico on this map. I never tried him lane, but I figured with like all the tank nerfs and Rosa ban, it could work. So usually the Rico wants to go mid, but I knew they'd have a Barley. And you know, Bobby's a really good Barley. We're all like pretty decent Barleys on our team. Squashy usually plays it, but we're all comfortable on him. So going back, I have to take out Crying Man because Enraged Bull, you just want to like get that done with as soon as possible. Squashy on the other end did really good damage to them too. So it's pretty even at this point. I wouldn't say any side's really dominating or anything, but they do have a bit of a damage lead. Or sorry, we have a bit. And you can see Bobby's doing a really good job on ND, keeping the pressure on him. Jack can't really do anything on my side, so here they go for a switch, just because Jack literally couldn't do anything against my lane there. Because it is tough for the Carl, especially with Rico, with using all the bounces on this map. So they do try to get the Barley more on my side, because that is my biggest counter. But you can see Bobby's doing a really good job, and Jack manages to push up a little bit, so now I'm switching onto the Bull just to get some damage on him. Not letting him walk up, but Jack does a really good play and gets a double kill, and ND's super just takes me out. They're going to do so much damage here. Nice play from Squashy though, just to make sure that he takes out Jack. And now we can kind of move up as a team. Since it is a 3v2, we can get some pressure going down. And I do get a pretty good ult, and I take out Crying Man. So 3v1 right now, we definitely want to catch ND out if we can, but you know, we get him to half HP, and we have mid control, so ideally they do have a big lead right now, but if we get one big push, it's definitely possible to finish this game. So I'm going to go on safe here. I get a really good ult on Jack there, and I realized that I could probably do a bit more damage if I use my super, so I tried to do that. I should have done that after the first shot, but you know, I caught onto it a little late, but I still did some pretty solid damage, and we're only down 13%. Squashy gets his super, goes in, ties it up. Bobby gets a nice super off. I'm just chipping it down a little bit. I tried to take out Jack and ND, but I missed. Like, they're both one shot. Those ones really hurt. That would have been like such a good ult. But you know, we do have the lead at this point. Me and Squashy are double teaming Crying Man. It's just like, get him out of there, like spamming all their shots. Jack's trying to sneak up, so is ND, but Bobby's on their safe, doing some good damage. So that one was definitely a really intense game of Heist, guys. You can see it was really back and forth, but we managed to get a really nice push at the end to get us the win. Okay, so we are up 1-0 right now in the Heist set. Next up, it's Forks Out. So we kind of knew they were going to go double tank. And sorry, my Wi-Fi cut out like a little bit. It was laggy here. But you know, we anticipated the Barley too. We figured that if we could break all the walls, and you'll see Bobby does a really good job breaking that wall, and he gets a double kill already, which is huge. So Bobby like spinning because, you know, he just did an amazing play. And we have the early lead, so and we have mid control too, which is huge on this map. I'm trying to break walls and get some damage on Jack and the pressure, but really good super from ND. And Brock does have a tough time with tanks. I'm just here for the wall breaks, and you can see they just do such a good job cleaning our team up. So we are gonna have so much damage done to us here, and like our early lead just vanishes. So Bobby's got a super there, minimize the damage, but you can see they did like 62% there, which is just huge. That's why people play so many tanks. Just the HP and like the snowball effect they can have is insane. So I do want to be the chip, but it's really tough when a bull's just coming down my lane. Squashy goes in, just doesn't get any damage there. Definitely shouldn't have gone in with that much defense around, I think, but he does spawn back in. Crying Man gets one shot off maybe, or like a part of a shot, but he doesn't really do too much damage either. Bobby does a good play jumping back on that Primo. I'm just figuring there's a minute left, like we got to get like some damage done. So I try getting a few shots off, doesn't work out. I get one, I think, and you know, we all have our supers besides me. I'm getting close to my super though, so Squashy decides to go in, but look, we have so much damage done, it's like so tough to stay on top of it. So they're just slowly, like they know they have the game at this point, they're just slowly pushing up. It's really tough for us, and one more Primo else can finish it. So really well played for them. They had that huge push that just pretty much won the game, so GG's to them. Alright, so Heist is tied 1-1, and you can see they went with the double tank, and double tank is what Nova beat us with. So I was kind of like advocating for it the entire time because it is so strong right now. So we do end up using it here, and you know, Bobby's a really good Primo. I'm a pretty decent Barley, and Squashy's a really good Bull. So you can see ND is doing good. Bobby's marking up on him really well, and Squashy and ND do exchange kills. Now I want to stay on the Barley ideally, but you know, all matchups can't be perfect unfortunately, so I'm forced on the Bull a little bit, and we both have our supers. I remember, I think this super is awful for me. Yeah, that super is so bad. Look at all the value I could have got in the middle, so that was definitely really crap super for me. Now they get a lot of damage on the safe, but Bobby's doing such a good job cleaning up. Look at those Primo plays, man. Bobby's such a good Primo. It used to be his best brawler. Hopefully he comes back in meta so he can abuse it a little bit more. At the other end, Squashy just did work on their save. Squashy is such a good bull too, guys. I'm lucky I have them as my tanks this game. And you can just see I get my super on the save too, so it's 27%. You know, I'm defending against ND pretty solid. At the other end, they're keeping the pressure on them, so we know at this point pretty much our game unless we do like a major throw. So every like percent counts. I'm trying to like, yeah, Squashy says, you know what, just a YOLO, like it's like that low, and he does it, so I'm sneaking up too. But Squashy literally like took out that entire safe by himself, and Bobby was just doing amazing on defense, so really well played to my teammates there. Stay, please stay. Cash, no. Alright, so we won the heist matchup, so we're up 2-1 now in the overall match, and if we do win the Brawl Ball set, then we do get the win. So you can see I'm just taking advantage of my spike matchup early on, definitely hitting those RNGs, and haven't been touched yet. So I love the spike 1v1 matchup. It's like really like technical. You can outplay your opponents really easily compared to other brawlers, I feel. So you can see I got Crying down to one shot there, and ND does pinch over because you know, they're not going to win my lane. So Squashy and Bobby do manage to double team Jack and take him out. And Crying Man was weak from earlier, so Bobby gets him to one shot and then gets a nice little shot in, and we're up 1-0. So really good start for us. You're going to look for me to hit those RNGs again and just push Crying Man back. Bobby and Squashy are going to have a little bit of a tough time now because Jack did manage to get his bear, and that's just so much HP coming down that side. So you can see Bobby's like taken out, but Jack's getting pretty decent value, so I feel like he's kind of close to another bear. And they do both get taken out in the process, so it's just up to me. Crying goes for a cheeky little trick shot, almost goes in, just a little short. I think I had the angle covered if it was, you know, on target. But we are pushing up a little bit here. They're losing that mid control that they just had. And Jack does manage to get another bear. I do manage to take Jack out though, and then I'm taking the bear out, but ND does a really good play and takes Squashy out. Squashy's bear is still alive, but you know, that's going to get cleaned up pretty easily from Crying Man. And you can see I want that spike 1v1 matchup again, so I'm definitely like going for it. But ND does come out on my side, so definitely got to watch out for those RNGs. So I'm doing a pretty good job dodging them, and you know, just looking to catch Crying Man overextending. I do catch him a little bit, but at the same time, ND catches me and manages to take me out. So it's a little unfortunate that that happened, but see, Squashy and Bobby are doing a pretty good job holding it down while I die. And you know, Bobby does get taken out, but I'm there to get some revenge against ND. But Jack is doing such a good job on that Nita versus Nita matchup, and you know, Jack's a crazy Nita. Squashy's a really good one too, but Jack is just like known for his Nita. So we definitely got to watch out for that. And nice save from Squashy though, just off the regen. Again, Crying Man almost gets a goal. I do get taken out by Jack there, and you know, 10 seconds left. We just need to hold on for a little bit. But with 5 seconds left, we get pushed back a little bit. That bear is just so tanky. So I want that spike matchup again. I'm yelling at Squashy, like, get off my side. Like, give me that matchup all day. But you can just see he gave up like so much value, and we got pushed back because of that. And you know, Jack does take out Bobby, and they all have their supers pretty much, so it's not looking too good. Then everyone dies, and you know, they just score. So I think if I got that spike matchup, I could have won my lane easier, and hopefully they could have won theirs. But you know, it's unfortunate, and we do go down 1-0 in the Brawl Ball set. Alright, so the next map is Center Stage. Now this is one of my favorite maps. So you can see we have mirror comps again. This comp is really popular. And you know, it's just really well rounded, I feel. So you can see I got that spike matchup again. I'm taking really good advantage of it. I got Crying Man pretty weak. He hit 1 RNG on me, but Jack does win Squashy's lane again, and Squashy just gives up his side. So Jack is definitely taking advantage of that Nita matchup against Squashy. Squashy gets taken out, and you know, I'm forced to use my super, and we're just like kind of hanging on. Nice save from Bobby. That's really clutch. They would have scored if he didn't do that. So really good recovery by Bobby, and Squashy does get his bear out. I know they're both there, so I'm playing a little more passive because Carl can do so much damage like you just saw. So we're just kind of like trying to work our way back up to the mid here. ND's 8 HP, that's brutal. And you know, we do have to double team that bear just to take it out more efficiently. So I see they're all kind of clumped up, so I want to sneak up behind them and just kind of flank them a little bit and get really good value. And you'll see like I leave them both one shot there. Squashy's bear gets taken out, but we're just doing so much work, and ND just gets away. He's like one shot from my spike shots. So Squashy almost gets a kill, kind of screws it up a little bit. And you know, as long as Bobby's just there to hold down mid, we're fine. As long as we don't get like too pushback, which I don't think we do here. So I see Krangman trying to sneak up a little bit. Bobby catches onto it too, takes him out really quick. I know ND is there, so he's obviously been the main issue for us, so I want to take him out as fast as possible. And you see he just gets away one shot again, but Squashy's there to clean up this time. So Squashy, he's not going to score here, but he definitely wants to build up that bear as soon as possible. So he's getting some good shots on Jack there. And you can see Bobby sneaking up again, and I think he does get taken out. Krangman's one shot, and you know, I hit Jack once or twice, and they're just kind of sneaking up. I see ND there, he has the ball obviously, so I know exactly where he is. I just cut off that angle. He didn't know I was in there, so otherwise he wouldn't have done that. But I am one shot here, and I just managed to get away. Nice kill from Bobby, nice kill from Squashy. They're all dead except Jack just spawns in time. So we could have pushed it there, but probably a smart decision to just, you know, wait for overtime, hold mid. I got Krang down to one shot. I'm like, yo, just bring it up my side, like I'll kill Krang. So I do take Krang out, and you can see Squashy just kind of throws the ball away. I think we could have scored there if he didn't do that. And you can see Bob's a nice little goal just in between Jack and Krangman. So really good shot from Bobby. Bobby picking up star player. He played really solid that game. Alright, so Brawl Ball is tied up 1-1. We're playing on Super Stadium, which is another great map for Spike. So you'll see right away I'm going for that Spike matchup, and you can see I get really good RNGs here, and it's 2v1, and I'm like out damaging both of them. They haven't touched me yet. So definitely don't want Krangman to regen, and I take him out, and I'm like, yo, just force the ball up here, like I'll kill ND too, like just give me the ball, and you know, Bobby just walks forward passing the ball, and we're up to a 1-0 lead right away. So I'm like, okay guys, same exact thing, like give me that Spike matchup. So you'll see we dodge the RNGs pretty good. I get my super first, which is huge in this matchup. Bobby gets a nice pull on ND and does take him out. I think he takes him out, maybe? Okay. Oh, he doesn't take him out, but you'll see I'm going up on Krangman a little bit. I think I can take him out here, but my shot just goes a little short, but Krang is one shot. ND is very weak too. And, you know, it's kind of GG at this point. So Bobby goes for a trick shot. I'm like, nah, you don't deserve that. So I just steal the ball and I walk it in. But, excuse me. I'm picking up star player that game. And, you know, that's going to win us the match. Alright, so we do take the match over Stupid Man Carries. Still the best team name ever. And that is our 4th win out of 7. I think we could have like 6 out of 7, but we had connection issues one week. And then the other week we were at DreamHack, so we weren't really taking that one serious. And then the other week we did make it to the finals, but we just got slapped. That one was really bad. But there is an NA Open next week, and that's actually the last one of the series. So hopefully we can finish it on a good note, get that dub. If you guys want to check us out, it is being streamed. It'll be announced on Twitter from Brawl Stars Twitter, and we do go by the Sneaky Plantas in it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry, like my allergies are acting up, so I'm like a little out of breath and stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and definitely check us out next week in the NA Open. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.